Alright guys, welcome to another beer review, and this is one I've been looking forward to for a little while. Got it in one of my Mikkeller Beer Club boxes, and it is a beer from Mikkeller. And this is a bottle of the Cherry, which is a Doublebock brewed with Frederiksdal cherries. Some of the best cherries in the world. And as you would expect, fantastic artwork from Keith Shaw. And then the bottle is presented nicely with a gold foil cap, or foil, and then a nice cap underneath. And yeah, this is clocking in at 9%, so a little bit heavier than your traditional Doppelbocks. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. Doppelbocks being one of my favourite styles. And also, after drinking some of the Frederiksdal wine, as well as having the Spontan with those cherries, I'm very much looking forward to seeing how that entwines with a Doppelbock, which I think it makes sense because you get a lot of dark fruits and berries anyway in a Doppelbock, so I think it's gonna work nicely. Anyway, so I want to try and keep this brief because I've got some roast potatoes in the oven, because we thought, fuck it, it's approaching 9 o'clock in the evening, let's just make a big batch of roast potatoes so we're going to snack at them. How am I single, by the way? So oh, trust me, I know why I am. Anyway, so yeah, this is from the Beer Club, as I said, and of course, as per usual with any Beer Club related review, as I struggle very much to get this bottle cap off. Oh, and we've got a bit of a gusher, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what we get. Yeah, I'm having to use like a very not built for purpose bottle opener that I have, because the one I usually use is downstairs. But no need to worry. So yeah, let's just quickly get some of my cat tissues and quickly mop up the floor. So yeah, as I said, Doppelbock's one of my favourite styles. I'm interested to see how a higher ABV, I mean, would this be triple bock territory? I'm not too sure. It's not ice bock territory, that's for sure. Or is it? Because I'm sure, I don't know. I don't know what the sort of like legalities are when it comes to, you know, naming your beer as a specific style. And nor do I care, because life is too short and I just want to drink tasty beer. Anyway, so beer in the glass then, and you can't really see it in this sort of light. Well, you can actually, but those cherries are definitely giving off a really distinct, deep and almost like jammy-like colour. And then there's about 2 fingers worth of a slightly pink head. Really nice compact bubbles. I didn't actually lose too much of the beer, to be honest. I'm not sure why it gushed slightly, but I can smell it from here already then. So yeah, looks absolutely fantastic, especially in the Mikkeller glass. So let's see what we get on the nose. You're getting those cherries, and it's not just like a generic cherry. There's a really distinct note when it comes to the Frederiksdal cherry. There's like even like a slight hint of a cherry bakewell, a bit of a Mr. Kipling thrown in there. There's that musky, malty aroma you get from a Doppelbock. A little bit of a caramel-like sweetness, but a little bit denser, not too sweet. Smells absolutely wonderful. You get those dark berry tones as well that you would expect from the Doppelbock, and that cherry just lifts the beer. But it's not like in your face in any way. It's really nice and quite balanced. That being said, unmistakable cherry note, which I am a really big fan of. Anyway, smells good, looks good. Let's give it a taste. Prost. First flavour, surprise, surprise, cherry, cherry, cherry. Cherry, cherry lady. Gotta throw in a modern talking reference there. Anyway. You can tell that it's a Doublebock. It's got that sort of like slight sherry, jammy, fruity tone that you would expect with a little bit of a musky, malty background. There's a slight syrupiness to the body, but it still maintains that medium mouthfeel you would get from a Doublebock. It's a little bit more of a... The cherries give a slight funkiness on the back end, which is definitely distinct. And yeah, you actually... It is very cherry forward, but it's not as strong on the flavour as it is on the nose. So it doesn't override those other flavours. And it doesn't stray too far from being a Doublebock, which I think is very important. This is lovely. I mean, I'm not going to lie, I'm drinking this slightly chilled. You could get away with drinking this at room temperature. In fact, most will probably say a Doublebock is best to be enjoyed at room temperature. That's how I tend to drink my Doublebocks, but I don't know, I thought it makes sense just to put this in the fridge and just enjoy it. Which I certainly am doing. The quality of those cherries shines through. I've said this pretty much every time I've mentioned them. I need to pick up another bottle of the wine itself, because I'm not a wine drinker, but that was just absolutely gorgeous. Fruited wines could be a very dangerous avenue for me to explore. But yeah, wine gives me the worst hangovers. It turns me into the worst person. The worst kind of drunk is when I've had wine. So it's one of those things where if I'm at a meal, I'll probably have one glass of wine and then go back onto the beer. Most of the time I just stick with whatever beer is available, do you know what I mean? And I'm like that with like spirits as well. With it being Christmas, my uncle is, he really likes his gins. And so every time we go over there on like Christmas night and visit him and my auntie, he'll bring out his gins and stuff. And some really nice fruited ones. And I'll always just make sure I have one, and I pick very carefully which one I'll drink, because again, I just can't do sessions on these sort of things, on liqueurs, rums, liquors, spirits, wines. I just can't do it. I just cannot do it, and I don't want to put people through that, to be honest, because I could become quite a prick. Let's just leave it at that. Oh, this is lovely. I was actually expecting a little bit more of a cherry sweetness, but you get that tartness. It's a tart Doublebock, really, with some cherry tones. And it makes perfect sense. It really, really does. I could imagine this going well with a really nice sauerbraten with, a really nice big bread dumpling and a hearty, beer reduction gravy. I think that cherry would just lift it with those sorts of things. Let it go well with game, you know what I mean? And stuff like that. Really great for casserole, hot pot, you name it. Something hearty and rich. This is the sort of beer you want to accompany that with. For me, anyway. Lovely, lovely stuff. Didn't know what to expect with this, and it wasn't what I expected, but that's not a bad thing at all. I think it's lovely, and there's definitely something to be said about the cherries from Frederiksdal. It's just not like regular cherry flavour. There's just something about them. There's almost like a slight pepperiness to them that offsets the sweetness, and they're really nice and sweet from what I've experienced. Having said, I've only ever had the wine once, and a spontan, which was brewed with them. So hardly, the best sort of reference to go back to. But yeah, I think that's wonderful. In terms of a rating, I'm going to give that one a 9 out of 10. If you've tried this one, let me know your thoughts, opinions down below. Are you a fan of Doublebocks? What's some of your favourite Doublebocks? What ones would you recommend? Yada yada yada. And that's so fucking like 80s douchebag lawyer. Yada yada yada. So arrogant. And yeah, so thoughts, opinions always appreciated. Go check out Mikkeller. Go check out my referral link to get yourself a bit of a discount if you want to subscribe to the box. And yeah, I've realised I've gone over a little bit longer than I wanted to, so I better check on my roasties. See you guys later, and you all take care. Cheers!